Hi, CAT 24 Quant, third slot paper. This is the fifth part of the 5-part series. Try to look at CAT solutions because the approach that is used is normally repeated, and knowing the right approach is helpful. You can solve a CAT question by lengthy method, but know the right approach. I mean, that's what is important. So Rajesh and Vimal, 20 hectares, 3 hectares. There are two ways of solving. One is reverse allocation. You're mixing Rajesh and Vimal. Okay, you do allocation. Whenever mixing two things and the average is given to you, 11:9 wheat and mustard. So amount of wheat is 11 by 20. That is a wheat and mustard. And you get, finally you have 20 hectares and 30 hectares, which is a ratio 2:3. They also given Vimal is 5 out of 8. You do cross multiplication. So this 2 normally goes here, this 3 comes from here. Now this 2 which is out here is the difference of 5 upon 8 and 11 upon 20. If I subtract 5 upon 8 minus 11 upon 20, you'll get 40, 25 minus 22, which becomes 3 upon 40. So if 2 stands for 3 upon 40, 2 into 1.5 is 3. 3 will stand for 4.5 upon 40. 3 into 1.5 is 4.5. So R will be, if you look at 11 upon 20 minus 4.5 upon 40. You can take it as 11 upon 20 minus 9 upon 80. So this becomes 44 minus 9, which becomes 35 upon 80. So 35 is the wheat, and the rest, which is 45, will become mustard. So ratio is 35:45, which is 7:9. B option. So one approach is reverse allocation. Reverse allocation is useful. It has come in the exam. I mean, you could solve few of these sums in the past using reverse allocation. Reverse allocation, if possible, try to be comfortable with it. Okay, next approach is a direct approach, which is also useful, a good approach. So you have Rajesh, you have Vimal. Rajesh is basically 20 hectares, Vimal is 30 hectares, and overall, so it will become 50 hectares. Now 50, you break it up into 11:9. So if you look at 11 and 9 is 20. But I want to make it 50 to multiply by 2.5. So 11 into 2.5 is 27.5. 9 into 2.5, okay, is 22.5. So you get 27.5 and 22.5 for overall. Now Vimal, we know ratio is 5:3. 5:3 stands for 8. 8 to 30 is again, into 3.75. Okay, if I divide 30 divided by 8, you get 3.75. To 5 into 3.75. So if you look at 5 3s are 15, and then multiply 3/4 up into 5, okay, in plus 3.5. So it becomes 18.75. Actually, you need not do both Rajesh, both wheat and mustard. You can only do one part of it. Automatically remaining will be the others. 3 into 3.75, right? It becomes 11.25. So the amount of mustard is 22.5 minus 11.25. So 11.25 is mustard. So amount of wheat with Rajesh will be 20 minus 11.25, or you can do 27.5 minus 18, whichever way you minus 18.75. So I do 20 minus 11.25, it becomes 8.75. So I have a ratio of 8.75 is to 11.25. So 875 is to 11.25. 25, if you look at it, goes as, so it becomes, this becomes 35 and this becomes 45, which will become 7:9. Okay, 875 is to 1125. If you look at multiple of 25, it is 35. Multiple of 25 is 45, and further 7:9. We'll get the answer as B option. Fx f1 upon x, 2 variable. So here again you can convert into 2 variable 2 equations. If I put x as 1 upon x, the same equation changes to f of 1 upon x plus 2 of f of x is equal to 3 upon x. Now your 2 equation, f of 1 upon x, f of 1 upon x, f of x, 2 equation, 2 variable. Now you need to eliminate 1. So it will be multiply this by 2 to eliminate f of 1 up 2 of f of 1 upon x plus 4 of f of x equal to 6 upon x. Now subtract the original equation, that is f of x and 2 of f of 1 upon x is equal to 3x. So if you subtract this gets cancelled, f1 upon x. So what you have left is 3 of f of x is equal to 6 upon x minus 3 upon x, 3x. So take 3 that side, and that, if you look at, take 3 that side and then try to solve. If you solve this, you will get 3f of x is equal to 6 minus 3x x, 3x square. Okay, you have got 6x minus 3x. When you multiply, it becomes 6 minus 3x square upon x. Take 3 down, so fx is equal to 6 minus 3x square upon 3x, and that has to be equal to 3. Multiply by 3x, you will get 6 minus 3x square equal to 9x. Divide by 3, 2 minus x square equal to 3x, or you will get x square minus 3x minus 2 equal to 0. You want sum of the roots. If you look at sum of the roots is minus b upon a, which is minus x square minus, sorry, this is x square plus 3x minus 2 it becomes. So if you look at x square minus 3x, sum of the roots is minus 3 upon 1, so answer will be minus 3, B option. Regular octagon. There is a way to solve by sign, but there is cos, but there is also a way to solve without the cos. I mean, since I'm not very comfortable with trigo cos rules, I will do it by non-cos. Two ways of approaching. One is approximation, one is accurate. Approximate will give you the answer quickly. Approximate, you will have to solve the equation. So you have 135 degree. In an octagon, the angle is 135 internal angle. The external angle is 45. Technically, external angle formula is 360 upon number of sides, 8. So if you look at 8, this will become 45 degree. So external angle is 45. And this, if you look at ABC, let's say AC. So AC is the side of the square. BC is 6, AB is 6. So this becomes 6 upon root 2. Let's say D. This also becomes 6 upon root 2. So AC basically side is based on Pythagoras theorem. It is 6 upon root 2 the whole square plus 6 upon root 2 plus 6 the whole square. Right. Now 6 upon root 2 the whole square, and that is equal to AC square, which is again the area of the square. The area of the square will be AC square, side square. This becomes 36 upon 2, which is 18, 66 upon 2. This, if you look at a square 18 plus b square 36 plus 2 into a into b, that is 72 upon root 2. If we solve this, this becomes 72 plus 36 root 2. Take 36 common, 2 plus root 2. Okay, 36 common, 2 plus root 2, which is C option. Another option which is there is little approximations. If I take 120 degree angle, I mean instead of 135, normally the angle is 135, I take 120, then this angle becomes 30, 60, 90 triangle. Okay, 30, 60, 90 triangle. I know this is 6, side of the 90 is 6, side of the 30 will be 3, and this will be 3 root 3. 3 into 1.7, which is 5.1. So overall this length will be 10.2 if it's 120. Slightly more than 120, it will be more than 10.2, slightly more than 10.2. Right? The value will be more than 10.2, but less than 12, because 6 and 6, 12, the third side will be less than sum of the two sides. So slightly. So square will be more than 100 but less than 144. A square, x square, will be more than 100 but less than 144. Look at the options. This is 36 into 2.4. 36 into 2.4 is less than 100. Right? 72 into 2.4 will be more than 144. 36 into 3.4 comes in this range, and 70 into 3.4 is again more than 144. Only 3 option is in this range. That will be the answer. Sum of distinct values of x. Okay, now let's try to solve this first. If I take 10 raised to x as y, so you get y plus 4 upon y is equal to 17 upon 2. So basically forming quadratic equation. Multiply by y square plus 4 is equal to 17 upon 2y. Multiply by 2. 2y square minus 17y plus 8 equal to 0. Right? So if you look at the roots of the equation, the product of the roots, if you look at, is 4, 8 upon 2 basically, which is there. Product of roots. So normally the one way of removing roots for quadratic equation is multiply 8 and 2, 16, right? Break up minus 17 as product of 16, which is 16 and 1, minus 16 minus 1. Change the sign, which is 16 and 1, and divide by coefficient of y square, 2. So you'll get a roots as 8 and half. Right? Break up 17 as 8 2s are 16. So which is 16 and 1, sign is minus. Change the sign, so both will become plus, and divide by coefficient of y square. So roots are 8 and half. So which means y is equal to 10 raised to x is equal to 8 or half. Take each and take log. So if I take log, it becomes x log 10 because the options have log. X log 10 is equal to log 8, or x log 10 equal to log half. So x is equal to log 8 to the base 10, and here x is equal to log half is 2 raised to minus 1 to base 10. This becomes 3 log 2 to the base 10. This becomes minus 1 log 2 to the base 10. Now we want sum of these two. 3 and minus 1 is 2, so it becomes 2 log of 2 to the base 10. So which is A option. So you need to look at the approach and solve. You need to understand that it's 10 upon x and 1 upon 10 upon x. So you have to multiply by 10 upon x to make a quadratic equation as the first step to find the different values of it. You want distinct real values. You want all the values. So put the values, you will get a quadratic equation. Once you know the approach of quadratic equation, finding the roots, substitute back, and then try to figure out what are the two different values. Add it up, you will get the answer. Right? Hope this is clear. Understanding how to solve past papers or past quant questions is important. Not all maybe you're comfortable with, but there will be some methods, some approaches which you could be comfortable with. Use those approaches to solve, and that should help you to solve things faster. Right? Thank you.